Okay, this is configured correctly, but I want to have a tessellated version of the material, so we have more shapes visible. Yeah, so this is currently how our bark is looking. Maybe a little bit less of depth, something like that. Yeah, I think I am okay with current result. So I will add some smaller details now. Yeah, maybe I will modify a little bit the range of the values. It's really chaotic right now, so yeah, I can add a tones node here, and let's see, let me move. Okay, let's move closer. Yeah, this is really starting to getting a little bit laggy. Yeah, so I think the most part, let me check this version. Yeah, it's too much, I think. And yeah, I think it's not looking bad. It's a little bit of tweaking and stuff like that. Let's leave it like that for now, and we'll see later how it will work. And let's move to the smaller details, like grunges, bar grunges and stuff like that. So yeah, let's add a noise, or maybe Voronoi this time, and let's use some big numbers like 130. Let's reset. Yeah, this is really random, but this is not the random we want. So we'll stretch it a little bit and the x-axis. So this is looking a little bit more like a grunge on the bark. Yeah, I think this is a good one for the smaller details, but we can add tone steps. So we can manage, to find those smaller details we want in this noise. So I will increase width and maybe something like that. This is looking a lot better for bark basic texture. So yeah, let's move to the next step. So this is looking nice, but it's mostly from top to bottom noise, so maybe warp will help. Yeah, so we have a warp. Let's use FBM again, and maybe this time simplex. I really like simplex noise. It's really one of those more random noises. It may sound strange, but it's that's how I feel about this one. Yeah, and let's see how this. This is looking pretty interesting, but this is not what we are after. So maybe let's decrease it a lot, so we have this kind of shape. Yeah. And I think this first grunge for the bark is ready. Let's move this up, and I will create another one. So there's this node named wavelet noise. It's really interesting. So I was digging with and playing with it a little bit here, so I know how to set up it. So I like this multiply free node or type, and if you set scale a little bit bigger and increase the iterations, it will create this kind of shape, which may look strange at first, but yeah, we can tweak it a little bit better. I think it will be okay like that, or maybe 2 iterations. No, I like 3 more. Yeah, so something like that. And of course, for this to look good, we need don't step. So let's use don't step, and we have this kind of, you know, random shapes. Yeah, so we can tweak it like however we like, a little bit lighter, and we can decrease width, so it will look something like that. Okay, so we have 2 kind of noises, this one and this one. So we can actually blend them together. So let's use a blend node, and I think this time, yeah, so this top shape, the top noise will be at our base. This one will be a foreground, so we have something like that, but I want it to be lighten or maybe dodge. Yeah, so we have something like that, and we can we can control the amount of this details noise. So in the end we have something like this, and I think this is looking pretty nice for the bark texture. But yeah, we need to blend it with previous basic shapes. So let's try to do this now. So let's use a blend, and let's see how does it look. Okay, so this will be a background, and for the foreground we'll use this one. Yeah, and this is looking not the best. Maybe the difference will be, yeah, this is much better. Let's increase the strength, and let's check how does it work in the 3D preview. So this is how does it looking now. Yeah, so it's not bad, but we can see those shapes are really linear, so it's not really bark-like. So I want it to be influenced more by the shapes, small shapes, I mean bigger shapes. So let's use a transfer node. Okay, so maybe it's getting slow, so let's add a buffer here. It's okay. And let's add a buffer here. Yeah, also okay. And let's use a transfer node first. So we want to break the shapes of this noise. So let's add a transfer node again. Yeah, so let's change mode to extend, so it will be more pleasant to look at. And let's just translate at X and Y using our base node. bass noise. Yeah, I mean shapes. And so we don't need much, just to differentiate. Yeah, I think we have this distinguishable oval shapes. It's a good idea to have them for planks. And let's add a little bit more here, so we'll have something like that. And this is the thing, so we can blend. So let's use actually this buffered output, and let's use this one. Okay, so this is the current result of our bark. Looking pretty nice. I think we can tweak those parameters if we want a little bit more, you know, oval shapes. Yeah, but I think I will leave it like this. Yeah, it's looking pretty decent already. We can increase the strength. Yeah, so if you want a little bit more details, you can use a darken mode, for example. I mean, you can try using different modes, but in this case I think difference is looking really nice, so I will leave it like that. Yeah, and what else? So I think we have a pretty nice basic shapes, and as it is a tutorial mostly for beginners and our tree is getting a little bit bigger, I will move on to coloring. So yeah, we have a gray bark, and that's not really natural color. So let's move Albedo back to white. Yeah, and let's work on the colors. So for the Albedo, yeah, I think that actually I like smooth curvature effect on this one, so I will leave it. I want a little bit more details in the mid-occlusion places, so maybe I will just copy HBAO and yeah, connect it. Yeah, so we can tweak the radius so it will be much more visible. Depth scale, yeah, so this is we have a few places that are darker, a few places that are lighter, which will I think it will look good. So let's blend it with curvature, and yeah, so HBA actually is used to darken some places, so let's use a darken mode. But yeah, so this is how it's looking now. Yeah, so this is how it's looking after the HBL input. So yeah, we can connect it here, and you can see, yeah, we can tweak this. Yeah, I like it like that. We can decrease the intensity a bit or increase it. Yeah, I think this is looking pretty nice. But let's add a really high frequency noise to the color, because it's looking pretty blunt at this time. So adding a high frequency noise will create this rough surface imitation, So yeah, let's add FPM. Let's add this new Roughness, or maybe Berlin. Yeah, I'm not sure. It must be really high frequency, so like 64 by 64. We can try playing a bit with faults and persistence. Yeah, this is something like that. Yeah, okay, so let's see how does it look. So let's blend it on top. And yeah, I will use probably overlay mode. Yeah, and as you can see, we have a lot more variety and this oval shapes that are really natural for the bark textures. So let's see how does it look. I don't like those white spots. Maybe let's switch to this Voronoi. Yeah, this Voronoi doesn't have this white spots, so I think it's looking better. Yeah, and yeah, so this is how it's looking. So we still don't have any colors, so yeah, we have a lot of noise in the albedo, and I think this is a good time to use a colorize node. Yeah, so let's use a colorize node, and yeah, let's connect here, so nothing should change, but yeah, let's add some colors now. Let's make it darker, yeah, something like that, and let's add a few more, maybe here. So yeah, a little bit reddish, more reddish. Yeah, let's add some kind of darker shape. Yeah, and here I want, yeah, to be a bit lighter. So yeah, this is a good idea to try those shapes. Yeah, so as you can see, nothing will change almost. Yeah, we need to bring it higher. We could use autotones to make it a little bit, you know, easier to control, but yeah, this time I didn't do this. I used these nodes, and by eyeballing it we have something like that. Yeah, so those colors can be tweaked a little bit, you know, more to achieve something maybe a bit lighter. So we have those details on top that are quite light. Yeah, maybe it's too much reddish, hard to tell. Yeah, it's looking pretty decent. Yeah, and we can you know, tweak those other parameters now. This is a really fast iteration of the bark texture, so maybe we can increase. This is too much. Yeah, I think 3x3 was looking the best one. Yeah, so this is how does it look. And for the roughness, yeah, so this is the only thing I will work on currently. At least think I don't need a lot more for this basic bark texture. So yeah, let's work on the roughness. So let's use, maybe we'll decrease the depth to something much more, yeah, 25. Okay, so for the roughness we'll use again this basic shape. So we'll use this one, and we can blend it as a background, or maybe we'll use tones to make it first a little bit lighter, because we want everything to be pretty rough. So yeah, this is how it's looking now, and I don't think this is a result we want. So let's lighten everything and make it almost white. Yeah, let's bring it there, and let's not make it like that. Yeah, okay, something like that may be okay. And we'll blend it with some kind of noise, and I think we can reuse this for noise which was used for the colors. Yeah, so this is normal mode. I will use overlay, and as you can see this is getting a lot darker. I want only this small roughness values. Okay, and yeah, I think this is looking pretty okay-ish. I think we can make it even lighter, and if we connect it to the roughness now, yeah, this is not bad. We can try other environment, but yeah, this is really, the colors are really environment dependent. So if you want it to look like something predictable, you should use the same environment in your game. Yeah, we can rotate it like that, so we'll have a little bit more contrast. Yeah. So I think this basic shape is done. We can tweak a little bit parameters of some noises. So for example, we can increase the number for a noise, so we can tweak this one, maybe something like that. Yeah, this is too much actually. Yeah, so this is mostly at this point tweaking of some values. So yeah, I think we're mostly done here. So let's see how does it look in the bigger screen. Yeah, I think that's all. So thanks for watching, and if you have any questions, please leave a comment, and see you later.